Oh, hello there. Yes, new week. New damning report into gender in schools. Obviously, let's be afraid. Yes, damning report finds 1 in 10 school children want to change their gender or have already done so, claims the Daily Mail. In inverted commas, you notice. Almost a third of teenagers are being taught that women can have a penis. Yes, and what we're going to think about today primarily is methodology. Methodology, something that's taught in schools and should be a requirement for journalists or members of Civitas. Anyway, damning report. Let's see exactly what the details are here. 1 in 10 school children want to change their gender or have already done so, a damning report has found. 1 in 10? My God, that's so many. Teenagers are questioning their biological sex as they're exposed to woke sex education material. It was revealed last night. Yes. Are the two things related? I don't know. The implicit thing there is that they are. Almost a third are being taught that women can have a penis, while 1 in 5 are being told that a man can get pregnant, the report tank Civitas has found. Yes, and handily there isn't a link to the report, and I've gone on Civitas's website and it isn't there. So I don't know. Let's move on from there, because I imagine people are really outraged about this. Must be. Fellow Tory Jonathan Gullis added, this is extremely concerning, especially when there are still very harmful and woke materials in our schools that are pushing a certain agenda upon children and not allowing them to be children. Yes, indeed, Jonathan Gullis. I mean, he's actually a teacher, so he must know what he's talking about. After all, he said that teachers were Trotskyites, and I'm sure he knows what a Trotskyite is, even though nobody's ever asked him, you notice. Yes, anyway, let's get to the details, the nitty-gritty of this very definitely true report. The report polled 1,168 young people aged 16 to 18 in England. Yes, that's not a high density, but don't worry about that. Almost more than half, 54%, yes, well done, that is more than half, said they knew someone in their school who wants to change gender or had already. Yes, indeed, because statistically that's exactly what you'd expect. And you notice that magically, without anyone mentioning anything, school children, that is all of them, have suddenly become 16 to 18, as in some of them, because people in schools aged 16 to 18 are very much a minority in the UK. Think about college and all that stuff. Nothing mentioned about that here, so the methodology doesn't bear up any sort of rationale thinking with the headline. Never mind. 1 in 10, 10% said they want to change their gender or had already done so. Right, I'm calling BS on that one, because I really want to see what the sample is, where they've got these kids from, and what exactly they asked them. And of course, we can't, because we haven't seen the report, although magically the Daily Mail has. That's strange, isn't it? Yeah, it's almost like it's a bit of a moral panic based on nothing at all. And being based on nothing at all is where Toby Young comes in. Let's see what the Free Speech Union have to say about this. Toby Young, director of the Free Speech Union, said, this report reveals the extent to which British schools have become woke madrasas. Yeah, me neither. It's a national scandal that government needs to address. Yes, because it's a free speech issue, isn't it, Toby? It isn't just your obsession with transgender issues. He has a lot of strange obsessions with bodies, does that, Toby? Anyway, when I get hold of the Civitas report, I will have a look at it, because I don't believe a word of this. I think it's utter bunkum, as they used to say in my day in schools. We will see. But it strikes me as very, 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 very odd that you're going to say what's in a report that hasn't been published. Looks like a bit of a stitch-up, but that would just be me. I hope on the basis of such thorough research the government is going to bring in new laws. Anyway, have a lovely Monday. Panic over.